Hi, my name is Jean and this is my channel, Learn with Jean. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can continue to use Descript as your all-in-one recording, content creation, and editing tool. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can take the same idea of creating presentations that you may have seen in my videos about Canva, but do it in Descript. The reason why you may want to just focus on using Descript is that there are many tools out there today. And while that is great for us as creators and business owners, it can get confusing and complex and chaotic trying to learn all these different tools. So what my thought was is let's just focus on using Descript. This is great if you're not really, you don't have a brand yet, you don't have colors, and you just want to start with a template. The great thing is that Descript has templates and different styles that you can play with and explore and add media so that you can really test out the waters of your presentation and see what works. What I really like is that it allows you to explore colors, it can explore layout, but it really gives you the foundation of the text and layout of the title, the images, and the bullet points so that you can just plug in the information. So let's get started. If you open your Descript and you click on this icon here, this is all your templates icon. And in here you will see lots of different slide designs. Now the goal is that if you really want to keep it simple, you could choose black and white. If you want more color, gradient style, then you could just play with the gradient colors in here. I just kept it simple and picked this one. The idea is you pick one and then you can continue to play around with the colors. So this is the main one right here, and what I would recommend if you're doing this as a presentation for a course, what you can do is use this as a base for your introduction and conclusion slide. You could use this as the base for your introduction and conclusion slide, and then for your next slide I would just create a new scene and then decide to change the colors. So I decided to play around and use the chroma key effect because I wanted to make it edgy and fun and kind of buzzworthy. You don't have to use the effects. The goal is that you can use these effects, but you can also turn it off if you don't like it. So maybe you decide you want to go back to the original design, you can. I think it's nice if you're creating a presentation for your course to have some kind of distinction between your introduction slides and then the middle road of your story and presentation, which is your meteor slides. And then you can keep the same introduction slide template as also your conclusion template so that those kind of serve as your intro and outro slides, and then you can have a specific design where I can apply the effects. I can look at other effects like blur. I don't really like the blur one, but I don't like that, so I can just turn that off. But what's more important is that you get into the habit of exploring back to this as well, and you can apply this to all scenes, but as I recommend, you should use this as a foundation for your introduction and conclusion slide, and then play with the colors in your middle kind of, story of content slide. So I don't like the blur, so I'm going to turn off the blur, but I have applied the chroma effect. And then what I can also do is if I am doing this in a webinar, what I could do, I can do it two ways, and I can take my intro slide and then add some music. But the more important thing is that I can take this entire template and then continue to recreate it. And so that this rest of the presentation will continue to be the foundation of my presentation. And so I'm just going to then show you then here what I've done is taken this first scene and then added music. And so what I can do here is go to the media section, look through the audio, and you can play through different audio. They have different sound effects. If you don't like any of the choices here, you could upgrade and then explore the library further. Although I do think that if you're trying to just get started and you're not worried about perfection, there's something in here for everyone. So we continue to just listen and see what feels right in the music and or sound effects section. And so I picked one, as you can see here, and then I can adjust the volume, or I can say I don't like the volume, or if I want it louder, I can make it louder. And so that's the beauty of this, is that this intro slide, I have some music just to set up the presentation, to set up the course, to set the mood, because I think it's really important when someone is learning online to give them an experience. And so if it's just a video, it's boring, but the music has a nice added effect. And then here, this would be great if this is your intro slide, to add an image of yourself. The cool thing here is this is just a layout that they've given you, but if you don't like it, you could say, I'm gonna flip it, I want to move it, play with the layout. Do I want it horizontal? I can position it to be bottom right. Oh, that bottom right kind of gets lost, so then I will say top, and then you see now it's... So not sure what happened when I flipped it back to top right, so let's just go back. Oh, it's working. It's just taking some time. Well, it's flipping. So now I flipped it to bottom right. I can go back, and if I don't like bottom, I can, or maybe I like bottom right and I want to fill this out, I can continue to move it. Sorry, I sometimes get really excited and I move it too much. This is what I want to move, and it's really tricky, and I will say this as someone who likes software. You have to click on it in order to move it, and then sometimes you have to click the arrow to expand it, and there the box has moved over to the left. And then the text right now is white, but I can change this. I can change the positioning, make it center, make it more right. I can change the font size, I can change the font style. And then right now it is white, but maybe white doesn't really look good. I'm gonna try purple. Purple doesn't look good. Blue, I think white so far works well with this chroma background. So that is my second scene. And then I can recreate the same effect in my third scene and give it some text and say this is my third scene. It will take some time to generate. So as you can see, it's not always perfect. It does take some time. I'm on a MacBook Pro, but it is a 2018 MacBook Pro, so it's not like it's fast, but it's not super fast as if you're on an M1. So that's just some context. So I've drafted some text. And then now I want to apply some music, or maybe I don't apply some music. I can just think about the voice of this section, think about the text. Do I want to continue with the chroma design? Or let's just say that this blue I think that's what's key in these kinds of presentations, is to think about the structure of the introduction, conclusion slide as a base, and then your middle kind of sets up the stage for different content and how you want it to look like. And so here I've taken the image out in this slide, and I can change this. It's being fickle. Hold on. Earlier I accidentally clicked on the wrong button and so it cut off. So I'm going to continue where I left off and just finish off how you can create your presentation in Descript. And so in this third slide, I can continue to change the bullet points, copy and paste from a Word document, change this slide title to say something else. The main idea is that all these are different layers in a composition in a book, and that you can add in music to set up your slide and course presentation. And this is generated from my voice. If I were going to use it in my course, I've already generated this as well. And then I create different scenes to tell the story and describe and teach and give my presentation. That is an overview of how to use Descript templates. And then if you like this template and you feel like this is a great model that you want to share with others, you can click on Publish Template and it will be available to others in Descript. And you don't like this, you can choose from other template designs. There's many to choose from that you could mix and match, although I think if you are giving a presentation, it makes sense to keep this style and just tweak with the colors. So that is how you use Descript templates to create your course presentation. You can use this for webinars. There's just lots of ways that you can use this to create content to deliver a presentation, to deliver a webinar. So it's very multi-purpose and very easy to use. And it's a lot of fun if you like being creative. And it's great because then you can add music, and it's very quick and easy to play around with. I hope that helps. Let me know if you have questions, comments, or feedback on how you might continue to use Descript in your online course.